The most popular size is a 100 ml or a 3.4 ounce, which is still under TSA regulations.
Yep.
But I tend to not really carry anything with me on the plane. I usually will check it in. Blue is heavy.
Yeah.
So usually what I will do is just ship it ahead of time, but I will have maybe some samples that I may carry with me, so forth like that, in case, I just want to push for an upgrade or kind of get a better seat or something like that, and people always love lube.
So you chum the airlines
I
is what you're
do.
telling me.
And
Oh my gosh,
I,
that's funny.
my best story is that when I went to Vegas, I actually chummed my way into a penthouse suite with one bottle of lubricant.
That's impressive.
Yeah,
I
it's
am
good.
impressed. That's awesome. So tell me, I'm just wanting to know for folks who have maybe not tried Pure, maybe they're already married to one lube brand, or they've just been lazy and never
Sure.
they got what's easy at
Uh-huh.
Walgreens or something.
hmm
What would you recommend for people not to miss in your line?
I would absolutely recommend them just not to at least try one time our Pure Original Silicone. It is our number one seller. It is the bread and butter. It is what we build actually our brand and our company name on. People, once they've tried it, they have actually not gone back to anything else. It's just a great, great feeling. We are in the business of selling pleasure, and we sell our pleasure very, very well.
That is so awesome. Well, John Marinello from Pure, I really appreciate you stopping by. This is quite the education for me too today. Every week it's different for me here on the Great Northern Sex Cast.
Oh, that's great. Thank you. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
And next up is a new company for us. They've been around for 8 years, but we've just been carrying them recently. And so Maggie came, and it's a Canadian company. They have various different vibrators, and it was just really exciting to finally get them into the stores and work them into our merchandise mix.
Yeah, I recently picked these up at an East Coast news show in Florida. A couple of new toys, a wonderful new massager, the Palm Power Massager, and a Swan Wand, which is extremely powerful. So she brought those things to talk to our employees and a couple of their other products because they're really new for us. Maggie came from Toronto to talk to our employees, which is really awesome. So let's hear from her.
More from the Westin Galleria here in Edina. We're doing the Fantasy Gifts Employee Extravaganza Summer 2015. And I have here with me Maggie. Maggie, what company are you from?
From BMS Factory.
Okay, BMS. I walked by your table. Oh my word, is there a lot of stuff there? What all do you guys represent or do?
We started about 15 years ago with the Power Bullet, and we basically took a small bullet and built it into a whole line into luxury brands that are sold all over the world in Europe and in Australia.
Okay, so how long has your company been around?
The company BMS has been around for 25 years. We
Okay.
started with stores, but the actual manufacturing started about 15 years ago.
Okay, so have you noticed, well, how long have you been there, Maggie, I guess?
25.
Oh, so you've been there the whole time. Wow.
For a while. Yes.
Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, so you have had to have observed quite a bit of transformation, not only in the industry, but in the public's buying habits and tastes over the years.
Definitely. The market has changed, and things are so much more mainstream that it's so people are much more comfortable with the lines and with vibrators and different items. So we've seen them transition from smaller items and materials changed, and now we have these beautiful luxury brands completely covered in silicone, and the power that you can get out of them is phenomenal.
They are like everything else, kind of like other types of technology, if you will, keep getting smaller, right, and more powerful.
That's right.
It's kind of amazing. So what is the specific name of your number one seller there?
Our number one seller right now is Palm Power.
Okay.
And it's a plug-in model that it's a wand with changeable silicone heads.
Oh.
And it fits in the palm of your hand, and it's the ultimate power.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So what does that retail for? Do you know?
$99.95.
Okay. So that is would you consider that to be one of your signature products then?
Our signature brand is Swan.
Okay.
But it has a lot of many brands, and it's sold in Europe and Australia and Asia. However, only Palm Power is sold in North America.
No kidding. Okay. So are you planning on expanding that worldwide at all?
Yes, we were doing our best to bring our brands over.
Okay.
To interesting.
When you guys are thinking about either, designing something new, um, how do you at your company? How do you do your R&D really for which direction to go next?
That's a good question. A lot of times, inspiration comes from the most unthought places. And as new technologies come about, and as we look at the different shapes and sizes and what we can do, we try to incorporate new technologies to bring more pleasure into the bedroom.
So when you say plug-in model, is that rechargeable then? Is that what you mean by that?
Actually, the original Palm Power is a plug-in model that needs to be plugged in. However, we do have a rechargeable model coming out in August.
Okay, so it's plugged in actually when you're using
When you're
it?
using it, correct.
Okay, so I'm assuming it's got a pretty long cord.
Yes, it does. It's 6 feet.
Okay,
So I think it can take you just
I'm
about
sitting there
anywhere.
kind of trying to get my head around this for just a minute, especially like, in the bedroom, it seems like always the outlet is behind the nightstand. You know what I mean? And let's just be honest, that could be, problematic if you don't have the right stuff. So just out of curiosity, do you notice, let's just use the U.S. for an example, do you happen to notice if there's any particular propensity for parts of your line in particular regions of the country, or is it all pretty much across the board?
There's certain products that do better in other areas. We came out with the green leaf about 3 or 4 years ago, and that did phenomenal in Germany.
The green leaf.
They love green in Germany.
Okay.
And we brought out purple here in North America, and purple outshines the green in North America.
Okay, and what is the green leaf again?
The leaf is a completely covered silicone athletic line, and it's very naturally inspired. The packaging, the feel of the shapes of the items. You could have it on your nightstand, and no one would know what it is.
Okay, there's a lot of that in gaining popularity right now. These things that don't look like what they really are.
We were in 2010, we developed a new way to make vibrators. Instead of the plastic handle and the different shapes and the two parts, we completely covered the unit in silicone. So it's completely encased, completely waterproof, and you could use it, the play area is 100%.
Okay. And it is interesting. I was just over kind of perusing the bazillion items that are in the main room here where all the seminars are going on today. And they are covered, and you can't even necessarily very obviously see, unless you're looking for it, where the buttons are.
Yes.
How did that become, how did companies start thinking that was a good idea on how to build things? I'm just curious.
Well, I think when you have the two different parts, a lot of times silicone can get trapped in between the seams.
Oh.
And if it's not completely silicone, you lose the whole part of the handle that you're using. It started with an idea of a double-ended unit, so both ends vibrate.
Yep.
So the handle, you could use either one as a handle. And in order to do that, we found a method to completely cover it in silicone. And I think we were one of the first, and there's a lot of people afterwards that are starting to do that now.
Yeah, it's just like every industry. Somebody comes out and then everybody else tries to top it, improve it, steal the idea, right?
That's the way it goes, and makes everything better.
Absolutely. And well, Maggie, thanks so much for stopping by and chatting with us today. We always want to give people a little bit of insight to what they might find when they go into Fantasy Gifts and what to look for. And it's so great to have people like you come to stop by.
Thank you very much.
Now, the next company that presented and the next person, it was OVO, and Samantha came from OVO, and this is a stunning line of vibrators from Germany. They've won design wars like crazy. But it was about a year ago that I was sent, Tara was at a show, and she's sending me pictures on her phone. It was pretty much just, ooh, look at these. And if anything really catches our eye, then it's different. And we're carrying a portion of a line, not the whole thing, because it's just impossible. Once again, because our customers, we brought it all in, they showed us which ones they liked, and then Tara went through and chose the best ones.
Right. Then we just keep the best sellers, and they are beautiful toys, designed in Germany. This company came out, I think, just 2 years ago, and they're coming out with a new rechargeable line of toys, which I did order, and they're not in stores yet. We don't have it yet, but Samantha was here to talk about the new rechargeable vibrators, which are amazing, and hopefully we'll have those within the next month or so.
Yeah, I would hope so. I know they'll get. Yeah, you never know when something's coming from overseas. I know that they're doing some distribution now from the U.S.
Yes, they're
because they
actually,
have that really big warranty.
yep, they're actually based in the US now, which is
Yeah.
awesome because they have a 15-year warranty on their toys, which is unheard of. So you no longer have to send your toy to Germany to get a replacement. You can send it within the United States. And Samantha, I'll be talking in a minute here.
Hey, coming to you from the Westin Hotel lobby, and I'm here with Samantha Brown. Samantha, what company are you with?
I'm with Ovo Lifestyle Toys.
Okay, so what we're doing here today, everybody, audience, because you're not here, and we're an on-site situation today, like we do sometimes. And for once, it's not the gay 90s. There's a big event today for all of the fantasy gifts in place. So Ovo, what does Ovo do, Samantha?
We have lifestyle toys, and we sell. We are the manufacturers of vibrators.
Okay, so how big is your territory? Because so you're a rep for that.
Yes, and I cover the United States.
Whoa, you travel the whole U.S.
I do.
And you must move a lot of vibrators.
We do, and we love it.
How many, I mean, like, how many would you say that your company sells to stores every year?
Oh, I don't even know if I could guess that amount, but quite a few. We have 8 categories of toys. So that's ranging from rabbits to vibrators to bullets to lay-ons to couples toys. So we've got a whole range, and we sell quite a few.
Oh, it's amazing. Okay, so I think a lot of people, I mean, I know that I always just thought that there's a couple of different types of vibrators that were made by different companies. You just named like all these categories, but like what's a bullet, for example?
A bullet is a small vibrator that goes, you can use in many different ways to
You can say anything, it's a podcast.
It's
okay. Trust me, we say everything.
You can use it in different places. It's small, it travels well, powerful.
Does it set off a TSA at security?
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
It doesn't, although I can't say I haven't been stopped before, but I have had to explain, and then I got a big smile.
Okay, yeah, so do you, you must travel with like samples, right?
I do.
Do you check them?
I take them on with me.
No kidding.
Yes.
So you have to flip that open every time.
Well, actually, most people, I've only been stopped a couple times, so it's I think they see it and then they smile and they look at whose bag it belongs to. And only a couple times I've had to actually, explain myself.
How many vibrators are in your display package that you carry?
The one that I carry, about 12.
Oh my God. So they're sitting there going, my, she must really have a lot of fun.
I just looked at him and I went, uh-huh.
Do you
I sell vibrators.
So do you get asked a lot?
It's only been a couple times,
Okay.
but it is quite interesting when they do ask.
Oh my God. So that you travel the entire country. How often do you get around to all your various accounts and crews?
Usually on the road about 2 weeks out of every month.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So
how long have you been doing this?
I've been doing this for about 6 months now.
Okay, so you're
So
pretty
I'm new.
Yeah. Okay, well, tell me the difference between, I mean, there are so many, even just with what's laid out in the auditorium where we're going to have the event this morning. I can't believe how many different products. What would you say is different about Ovo?
Ovo, it's German inspired, German designed.
German engineering.
And our products, I think one of the wonderful things about Ovo is that we have something for everyone. So, once you get to know your customer when they come into the store, if you just know what they want, we definitely have something for them.
Describe some of the people, when you say something for everyone, describe some of the different categories that you think you have something perfect for.
Well, if there's a couple that comes in and they just want to spice up their sex life, we have some couples rings. If we have a beginner who has never really had a vibrator before, we have toys that are non-intimidating, shall we say, in terms of aesthetically, and very easy to use, one button control. And then we have, for the person that comes in that absolutely has a huge toy collection and wants all the bells and whistles, we've got toys for them as well, and that they can play with for hours and hours and hours, and figuring out which different settings work for them.
So do you definitely say that this is a hands-on learning kind of thing?
It's a hands-on learning,
Okay,
yes,
definitely.
that kind of toy.
Well, before Samantha, we let you go, I want to know what is your number one